Hello, spirit friends. Welcome to my channel where we will be keeping a Jeep so you can rise and be awoken and no longer sleep. And today's topic is going to be about welcome to Meta Universe. And I picked this topic because everyone is just so social media. You know, it's kind of hard to get people off these phones now. And it's because of the Meta Universe. Everything is digital now. You know, anything you could think of to ever want or need or have is digital. And this digital internet stuff gonna take a lot of people's jobs in the future when it comes to physical work and labor. You know, they already got AIs and robots for that, starting up now. So yeah, so let's get into the topic. Question one for Keeping It Jeep. Have you guys ever wondered how does thousands of views generate to revenue? I always thought that, especially before I started my YouTube channel myself. I just always wondered, and come to find out, it's through ads. You know, when we post and we pay for promotion to get in the algorithm or whatever it may be, in order to be seen and to actually be searched or whatever, you go through YouTube and pay for promotion. So they get paid off of that, and they also, when you get paid out for your views, when you reach a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of watch time hours, I'm just using YouTube as an example. They get paid like 45% of whatever you make, so you get 55, which is kind of fair. They got to get their money somehow, because I understand it, because without their platform or without certain platforms to be seen, like Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be, it's almost like, how would people know who we are without these sites? They made it hard without, the platform. They made it hard to be noticed, because now I remember people used to give out cards and CDs and all these different things, but now it's almost like that then went away, that then faded off and drifted off. Maybe that's in another, that then passed on from, the States, the United States. Maybe that's happening over there in Europe or wherever else, to get seen and heard. Because I heard in other countries, they don't even have access to certain, platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Question two for Keeping It Jeep. If the population of 8 billion plus people in the world is true, shouldn't every time a person posts something for sale on these big platforms, it should sell out immediately? Yes. I always wanted to ask this question. Yes. Why don't it sell out immediately? Everything somebody posts. Shein, for instance. How don't these stores sell out ASAP, immediately, when they post? I understand it's a lot of stock in certain things and it's limited stock in certain things, but it's like, it doesn't make sense when you really think about it and put your mind to it. If it's, say, for instance, I always want to say this for this reason right here, and this is what made me make this question. Last item left. I had something sitting in there for like a week. It was not sold, bro. That don't make sense. But then come to find out, on the flip side, talking to somebody that was in marketing and different things like that, that's all marketing, because it's almost like this, for instance, if something sell out, say it ain't sold out, but they market as sold out. When they posted within 24 hours, it ain't sold out yet, but they just posted it. They just came out with a new shirt, t-shirt or whatever. They market as sold out and leave it sold out for like 5 days or a whole week or two. And people is going to be like, wow, that sold out within 24 hours, bro. Less than that. I need that. So when they post and they send you a reminder saying, hey, we'll let you know and be notified when we restock or whatever. So in some days, everybody is going to bring more people in. Like, bro, I'm missing something. Why didn't I get this? How is everybody else getting it and I can't get it? I got to have this. So it's all marketing. You got to be a marketing genius to think of that. Whoever thought of that, you brilliant. You need to get up with you. Moving on to question three for Keeping It Jeep. Could the whole internet be worth more than every physical item we can buy? Absolutely. Because think about it. You can literally go into a store right now, today, buy whatever you want. Don't matter the price. Whatever store you love the most. But think about on the internet. You can go be at one place and be on to the next place, which is the next store, basically, in a matter of seconds, by literally changing the web browser to another website. Literally that quick. You can't just do that when you at the mall and you going through the whole mall of stores. But when you want to go to Target, the Target is not at the mall, so you got to travel 20 minutes away or 15 minutes away. But you can do all the stores you could think of It's like almost unlimited now, where these stores have actual physical stores and online, so they making double whammies of money, from all over the world, and people just doing everything from the presence of their phone. So it's almost like there's no way. Then also you have subscriptions. That's not mentioned. Okay, people have Planet Fitness and all those subscriptions. Okay, physical subscriptions. Think about the online subscriptions to get, like, for example, Scentbird. I remember I used to have them for a while. All these different places now offer memberships. Amazon, Prime. Like, just think about how many people have Prime to get their deliveries faster. And I don't even have Prime, and I still get mine fast. So I feel like that's overwhooping. That's overdoing it at that point. Question 4 for Keeping the Jeep. If more and more people become woke, could the internet become non-existent? Oh, is y'all ready for this? Is y'all ready for this question? It will become non-existent. It's almost not a question. It will be. It will be. But it got to be enough people ready to, change their life and change their motives and what they want. More people get in tune and, develop their mental and, start wanting to do the work. The internet will slowly and surely die, and we all can get back to ourselves, our true self, and actually have families and not lose families so many times and so much, because that's important. Teach our kids. We have more time on our hands to teach our kids. I have time, but a lot of people don't make time. You got to make time for those kids that you have, or else don't make them. It's that simple. Keep everything in your pants, man and woman. It's no point. You got to do better, man. We all got to do better in our own ways, because at the end of the day, if we all trying to get to where we trying to go, it's going to start up here and in here, not on the internet, not on our phones. Just being realistic, man. But yeah, we halfway through the questions. I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm talking about right now, and and I'm keeping you guys interested because I want you guys to do something too. I want you guys to get motivated too. Get you guys your juices flowing and get you guys thinking of what you guys want to do with yourself. Think about these questions. Think about these answers. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys leave comments because I surely appreciate it. Moving on to question 5 for Keeping It Jeep. What makes the internet different from reality? Everything, because reality is your reality and what you have to deal with within when you're by yourself, when you're with your people, when you actually, living your life. That's your reality, and you may not be happy with it, or you may be happy with it. But either way it goes, that's what you have going on in your mental all day, every day, your reality, and what you see every day, what you feel every day, what you want to change every day. That's your reality. But when it comes to the internet, you can be this guy or this woman that has it all together for the rest of your life to the internet forever. And it don't ever have to change. You don't ever have to make a different persona. You can just live off that persona for the rest of your time on the internet until you decide to get rid of it. You can live like basically, I like to call it an actress. Just act out a life that you really don't live. You don't live this life. You don't have this life. You can act like you rich. It's people on the internet act like they're rich, but when you see them, they look like they don't have nothing. And it's sad because it's like, I like to live the truth. Even when I was super lost, I didn't ever live off the internet like I wanted to be something I wasn't. I never lived off the internet like that. The internet, I never looked at the internet to be used to be a persona, to be a facade. I never used it for that as a platform. Question 6 for Keeping It Jeep. Could the internet have taken us away from the self-love for ourselves, being that we now feel we have to upload and get likes in order to feel good about ourselves? 100%. The internet makes you feel like you have to be validated. Too many people got to be validated in order even to post. I know people that don't even, if they don't get the amount of likes that they want, they start deleting. Crazy work, start deleting it. Like, if it's not for everybody else and this is how you feeling, whether it's a post, picture, or rather it's just a regular post, why are you taking it down? Why are you removing it because it didn't get the amount of likes that you wanted? It shouldn't be about that. If that's your truth and that's who you are and that's how you felt in that moment, share it, and going about your day. Let it get whatever it was supposed to get, because that's the universe allowing whatever you were supposed to get in the algorithm. That's what you got. That's what you deserve. Just because you delete it and post it later on don't mean you're going to get no more. Don't mean you're going to get no less. So it's like, we got to start being okay with ourselves. We kind of got away from that because, they put so much in our face at one time and want us to do all these different things that a lot of us can't do because we don't put the work in, or just because we lazy, just period. It's just that simple. Question 7 for Keeping the Jeep. Could the internet by 2050 be the highest rating reason of deaths in the United States? 100%. Because it's so much social bullying. It's so many people that never get to where they want to be. So they, they seeing all these other people have a good life. And a lot of times these people's life, nothing outside of the internet. Like I said, because going back to that other question, you could be whatever you want to be on the internet. It's all a facade. You can live a facade on there, but you can't live a facade in real life for people that know you. People that don't know you got people all around the world that you're friends with. People from Spain, people from United Kingdom, just wherever you can imagine and want to look for friends. You can have all these different people that will never know you, will never meet you, and you can put on a facade for them. But when it comes to real life, people don't like to live their real truth. So they got to live through the internet. So when it comes to like deaths, by 2050, from the internet, just from the internet alone, if it's still present and still available to us, man, I would hate to see it, especially for our kids that's coming up. If we starting to have families and have kids, man, it's only gonna get worse, man. We gotta do better. We gotta start tapping in here, man. We gotta start tapping in this, because this the true glory. This the true love. This the true experience. This where everything becomes available for you from the universe. And it don't have to be from the 3D or have to be from the physical. Question 8 for Keeping the Jeep. If there was a way to physically live on the internet, would you take that opportunity? No, I would not. Why? Why would I want to be socializing with? I already hate socializing with some of these people in reality. But on the internet, it gets worse. It gets, 10 times worse, because you're dealing with people that literally lie all day, live a facade all day. That would be tiring, bro. It's already tiring. I don't even live on the internet. I hate the internet. Right now, I don't have no internet going on my phone right now. Neither one of my phones. I don't have no internet, because right now I like just peace, bro. When it just come to my YouTube, then I do have YouTube. But when it comes to like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not right now. Just not right now, because I have times in spurts where I just take it off and put it back on, because it's like, it's a whole lie, bro. You would never know the truth. It's almost like living somewhere where you would never know what's really going on. Why would you want to be somewhere where you always got to act like you don't know what's going on, or just can't know what's going on, because you got to have a mask on every time you come to your house? In order to live in your house, you got to have a mask on. Why would I want to live somewhere where I got to live with a mask on my face? That don't even make sense. Can't see nothing. I don't know what's going on. People got to feed me my drink and feed me my food. I can't know where I'm at. That don't even make sense, because it's all a lie. I'm probably not where they telling me I'm at. That don't make sense. You better pull it together. Pull it together, please, because you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to get left behind, because a lot of people are already going to get left. You just don't want to be that one. And with that being said, well, that's all I have for you guys on today's vlog of Keeping the Jeep. An open mind should evolve with consciously teach.